She's the sexy superstar of NBC's The Voice. But tonight you'll see another side of Kристина Агилера, a proud mom, but haunted by her own childhood pain. She gave us a glimpse of the woman few get to see, inviting us into her home, where she sat down with Hoda Kotb for a cozy chat on the sofa.
All right, so you've got your new album.
Yes.
You've got your little TV show. You've
Just
got,
a little
It is a real juggling act, isn't it, for you?
It's intense. It's really, really crazy. But it's my life. It's nothing, out of the ordinary for me to just have a lifestyle that's just go, 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 go. Mm-hmm. I've been doing it for a really long time.
It has been 13 years since Kристina Agilera exploded onto the music charts as that teen idol with the come hither look in her first video, Genie in a Bottle. Since then, that genie is all grown up and may now be at the height of her powers as a coach on NBC's hit show, The Voice.
Something that breaks your heart, sing about it.
And how does this superstar spend her Friday night? Hello. What is that, a secret? Is that a people?
How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to LA.
Wait, these are your digs?
Yeah, this is my home where I can retire. Oh, and here comes the dog.
Okay, which one is this?
This is Nugget. He was a little rescue. He's a little puppy.
Oh my God.
I know, he's a sweet pea.
He's disinterested in me. Okay.
He's scrappy. He's a scrappy
Is he?
one. Yeah, he's a tough little guy.
Okay, I like the theme that we have going here. The red, the whites.
I know. I love color.
Yeah. We sat ourselves down and got right to it. But if you had the choice of sprinting like you do or cozying up on the couch and just in your sweats and being cool, which would you choose on any given day, do you think?
Oh, sweats.
You would?
100%. I'd be sitting in the red chair in my sweats and flip-flops and just hanging out.
And hanging out with Kристina wasn't what we expected. She let us into her private world, sharing some intimate family moments. The scenes you don't see every week on The Voice. And in our interview, a surprising shyness. All of this from the woman who's been shocking us for a decade with her outrageous outfits and sexy moves. Bumping and grinding in her video, Dirty. And strutting her way through her latest, Your Body. At 31, Kристina is already a bit of a showbiz veteran. She's won 5 Grammys and sold more than 40 million records, even created her own fragrance line. Oh, and there's that little TV show, too.
You're a total star.
And how ironic is it that this chair-spinning coach broke into show business on the other side as a 9-year-old contestant belting out a Sunday Kind of Love on Star Search. It may seem incredible now, but back then, she lost the big prize.
Champion, once again, Christopher Isa.
When they announced the other kid's name, what was the first thing you thought?
I was heartbroken.
You were?
After the show, I put my little glasses back on, and I was like, they were all steaming and fogging up, because I was, I'd never experienced something like that. It's heartbreaking, because I think also when you feel music so deeply and you're so connected to it, it's just your everything.
And as we chatted on her sofa, Kристina told me what first got her singing. Now, believe it or not, the sexy sounds of her video Fighter really began with the sound of music?
That was the thing that made me want to be a singer, is Julie Andrews up in those hills. The hills are alive. That whole, that soundtrack is just a piece of my heart,
So what did you like to sing when you were a kid from that?
Oh, God, I can recite them all.
Really?
All.
Even some of the lesser-known tunes, like this one, I Have Confidence.
What will this day be like?
What will this day be like? I wonder, what will my future be? I wonder, This could be so exciting, to be out in the world, to be free. My heart should be wildly rejoicing. Oh, what's the matter with me? I've always longed for adventure. Okay, I could go on, but anyway, you know that song, right?
I
you know what I'm
love
talking
it
about.
more now.
That wasn't real singing. I was just playing around.
And Christina found other idols like soul great Etta James.
At last,
At her funeral earlier this year, Christina performed James's signature tune, At Last.
I was always drawn to soul singers and blues records because that stuff had the pain and the grit and the heart. It was real, you know, something I could feel.
Pain she had felt firsthand. She says she grew up seeing her dad abuse her mom emotionally and physically. They divorced when Christina was 7. When you close your eyes and you think about the time when you were the most afraid as a little girl, what comes up in your head? What do you remember?
I wrote a song specifically about this, where I literally curled up in the corner of the studio. We set the mic up on the floor, and I recorded it just with my eyes closed, and I started crying, and it goes through how it felt.
Christina doesn't often perform that song, I'm Okay, because it's so wrenching for her. But she did sing it on this VH1 Storyteller special.
It hurt me to see the pain across my mother's face. Every time my father's fist would put her in her place.
Over the years, you know, you make peace, and part of the fantastic things that I'm able to make peace with my past with and growing from there is having my own son and being able to make the right choices for him.
These days, she's raising her 4-year-old son, Max, and balancing home life with her day job, where she takes her role as a voice coach very seriously.
You do your runs really well. You execute them really defined.
You know, whenever I push that button, or whenever I turn around, or whenever I'm even, you know, in an elimination situation where you have to choose someone to stay and send the rest of your team home, it's gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
My choice, oh God, I don't understand, this is so hard.
She also draws on her savvy from 20 years in the business to advise her team.
Don't let anyone or anyone's opinion ever define who you are. And I didn't win a television competition years ago early on in my career, but that never stopped me.
Nothing ever stops Christina, but here's another side of her you may not know, the humanitarian.
We are beautiful.
When Hurricane Sandy struck Staten Island, her hometown, she raised her voice singing Beautiful for NBC's telethon.
No, they can't bring me down.
And she circled the globe in her fight against world hunger. Last month, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton recognized her for that work. There you are in the picture with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is fancy. That must have been quite an honor to get an award like that.
It truly was. Hillary is such a bright light in a room. Man, I just have so much respect for a woman to be under the microscope.
And Christina certainly knows about living under the microscope.
Coming up, they're not just coaching against each other, but making music together at The Voice. We go behind the scenes.
Christina Agilera's new video may be entitled Your Body, but throughout her career, everyone seemed to have an opinion about her body and how she chooses to display it. She has never held back, exposing herself, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not, making her a frequent tabloid target.
I'm a risk taker, you know. People can take shots. I make it easy for people to take shots because I don't play it safe. You know, I find it very boring in that place, and I'm an artist and I like to express myself.
Comedian Chelsea Handler recently fired off a few shots when she interviewed Blake Shelton on E's Chelsea Lately.
I like Christina. I think she's great. I just wish she wouldn't come out in her underwear.
I like it.
She's a comedian. I get it. You know, I mean, everybody is allowed to poke fun at everybody.
But in Christina's world, the latest feeding frenzy has gotten even more personal, focusing on her weight, with snarky headlines on gossip sites and Twitter.
This
it ever bother you? And I think anyone in the public eye is, you know, the feeling like you're a target. They love your music. They're going to say what they love and what they don't like. Does it ever hurt your feelings?
Of course, I write songs about that. Yeah, absolutely. It's the business that I've chosen. It's the business that I'm in. It's part of the mentality of being a fighter and to survive through people taking shots.
That survival instinct has carried her through some hard times. 2 years ago, she canceled a tour for her album Bionic.
Let me hear you say, yeah.
And her movie Burlesque was a box office disappointment. Then came her divorce from music producer Jordan Bratman. Her focus now is on raising their 4-year-old son, Max. They say that every mom wants their child to have a better life than they had, a better upbringing, a better... Oh, hello, Nugget. So what are you doing for Max that you hope improves upon the kind of childhood you had?
Well, I think I'm definitely accomplishing that goal thus far. Just because no matter what, I know that he is in an environment that he's surrounded by that makes him very safe. I'll get all teary, but like, he, you know, he's my heart, he's my world. He's just my baby.
Mommy, we're gonna decorate the cake for you.
Christina shared these intimate photos and home movies, and that bond between them shines through. She has built her world around Max, literally, writing and recording at this studio at home to be with her son as much as she can. Okay.
That was for my
I'll never
special.
forget that. That was so great. The Etta James picture. Oh my
Me and
God.
Cher, photo booth style.
I love it. This is where the magic happens?
Yep, this is where all the creativity.
The studio has also become a place for her to gather and collaborate with her new friends from The Voice. She and Adam worked together last year on their #1 hit and video, Moves Like Jagger. And for her new album, she recruited Blake for one tune, and she brought CeeLo on board too. We caught them backstage on The Voice this week as they got ready to debut their song. And then it was time to make the world move. Boy, did they ever. His voice is unique, isn't it? What?
So unique.
Yeah.
Come on and make the world move. Like,
yeah.
You
That's
got
it.
that whole like thing. I love it.
What was going on with that Jerry curl he had going the other day?
Oh,
Come on.
We don't know.
No.
We don't know.
What was happening? I love him. I was like, wow, that is a full-on
He's just
Jerry
fearless.
curl.
You know, he's just fearless, and then he works it too. He's like
He does. Oh, he loved it.
It's like the love.
Yeah.
No.
shaking it in the face.
Christina says she's going to miss playing with the boys on the set of The Voice next spring. She and CeeLo are both taking a break while Shakira and Usher fill their chairs. She'll use the time to spend with Max and tour for her new album, Lotus. She says she chose that title because it's an unbreakable flower that stands the test of time. That's a goal she has for herself and her music. You know, there's an interesting thing about you. I'm just getting it from sitting here with you. First of all, you're often on stage, you're out there and all this stuff, but there's a shyness. It's funny because I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, I sense a real, I mean, it's beautiful to me. It's very, like there's a place where you feel more comfortable.
I'm very much two people. One is the extroverted performer.
Yeah.
And then there's definitely the little girl that, you know, just kind of needs to be held and comforted and, you know, just wants to be heard.
Let our hearts stop and beat as one forever.
That's all for now. I'm Lester Holt. Thanks for joining us.